Hi, I'm Julie Kinscheck, voice teacher, and I wanted to share with you today how your voice works. Now, first of all, I have to tell you, your voice is an absolutely amazing thing. Unlike a guitar string or a piano, it's not two, when they say vocal cords, it's not two standalone strings that are independent of everything else. Your vocal cords are connected to everything else. They live here in your larynx, in your voice box, but they are connected to all the muscles in your neck, your shoulders, your tongue, your jaw. All of these things are going to affect the way your vocal cords move. Couple neat things about your vocal cords. When I sing this note right here, which is A above middle C, la, my vocal cords are doing this 440 times a second. That is amazing! God did a good job with your vocal cords. But check this out. When I sing this note, now they're going 880 times a second. In fact, even when I'm singing this note, la, in my chest voice, they're still going 220 times a second. And men, even when you're singing way down there, which I can't hit, you're still going 110 times a second. So those vocal cords are astounding. Now, okay, your vocal cords are doing this crazy thing. They're vibrating. Now, that vibrating is causing sound waves. Of course, that's what frequency, the speed, 440 times a second, la, that frequency is the frequency of the sound wave, which is now being transmitted from the actual vibration of your vocal cords up via the breath, through your trachea, up into the mouth, and out to the people. And those sound waves are going to register in your ear as a certain pitch. So if you're singing a little bit, la, a little bit under the pitch, you've lost your A440. In other words, just like you would tune a violin or any other instrument to a definite pitch, the same way you have to learn to hear how your voice resonates right on A440. In fact, you need to more than hear it, you also need to feel it. Okay, so how's that work? Well, you've got this thing, called the diaphragm. This is a muscle that's like a pancake that lies underneath your lungs. When you take a good singer's breath, your rib cage will expand. It'll come out a little bit right here because the diaphragm is getting stretched out as you open up the intercostal muscles on either side of your ribs. And your lungs are expanding. And now, when you use that diaphragm muscle to push the air up, out, la, now that air is coming up through the lungs. It's freely vibrating very, very quickly over your vocal cords and then up out of your mouth. Now, you can do things that inhibit that wonderful sound. You can tighten up your tongue and cut off the sound. That doesn't work too well. Or you can push hard and have the air come from here. And stick your tongue out. I mean, not your tongue, your chin. And that's called the chicken, right? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's also going to inhibit the flow and the vibration of those vocal cords. You can close your mouth up so the sound never gets out. You can keep your soft palate down, and so again the sound is all squished in there. You can keep your jaw tight and hold the vocal cords tight. And you can't sing like that at all. There's so many little pieces to that puzzle. But there's one other really important thing that you need to know. For those vocal cords to be able to vibrate like that quickly, they need to not only be flexible and free, which involves the breath, it involves the placement, it involves your muscle tension, and there's so much I could say about that, and I will in a future video, but they also need to be wet. Because if they're not, then they kind of rub and stick, and they get covered with phlegm, and before you know it, you're sounding kind of hoarse, and certain notes aren't coming out. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about vocal health, but in short, let's just say that for your vocal cords to work their best, you need to have good breath support, good posture, and they need to be free and not inhibited by your muscles tightening up in strange habits, and they need to be wet. And then those vocal cords can do amazing things. It's so incredible if you think about it. Your voice can imitate most any instrument. In fact, my voice likes to imitate a trumpet sometimes. What about yours? What would you like to do with your voice? Find out more about how I can help you to be able to sing your best, your most free, alive, and resonant voice quality. Please look up my website, julieksings.com. I'd be happy to teach you in person or over Skype. Have a great day.